Hello and welcome to Shadow of the Sphinx. The unit are now approaching the Lost City, having had a difficult journey from Dish Dash via the Oasis and the Western Depression. The next part of the campaign uses the 3 scenarios from the Egypt supplement: the Garrison, the Road of Serpents and the Tomb of Records. The Serebryanyy Shtyk, as usual, are led by Baron Igor Jerkov. His second in command is Dmitry Dynadich, a junior officer. Known only as the Priest, the unit's champion of faith is a veteran of these adventures. Medical support is provided by Doktorov. Cherny Bint is a supernatural investigator. And of course we have the favourites, Plonka and Molotov, infantryman and sapper respectively. And the final member is another new recruit, Mustafa Kunt, who's a janissary. After an exhausting journey, the Serebryanyy Shtyk have reached the outskirts of the Lost City. Ruined buildings, crumbling statues and fallen temples stretch out across the horizon. The place is unnaturally still and silent. Baron Jerkov will want to secure a base and find water. A natural spring supposedly exists somewhere within, likely near to the French garrison that once occupied the place. This scenario continues until either there are no unit members left on the table, or at least 8 turns have passed. There are no creatures left on the table, and the player has investigated all the clue markers. Serebryanyy Shtyk will be entering the table from the bottom left as we look. This is the edge of the Lost City, and there are 6 ruined buildings, amongst which are skeletons rattling around. The Serebryanyy Shtyk arrive at the Lost City a little bit the worse for wear. They've had no water since the Oasis, and they're all -1 on their health. First to activate is Dynadich, followed by Molotov, Cherny Bint, and the Priest. And they'll all hug the left-hand side of the approach as they look. Unfortunately for the unit, the ruins are swarming, if that's a term I can use, with skeletons. They've seen them and will start to rattle over. Mustafa Kunt is up now, and he's going to move and sprint to melee. No good shooting the skeletons because it's a -8 on damage. The staff has got his fencing weapon, so we're looking at the skill die here, not the power one. +1, which gives 11. Unfortunately, Skelly's armour is 12, so that's a miss. Old matey will fight back with a melee of +1. 15, hit. More importantly, 9 points damage. Oh dear, oh dear. And I tell you what, Mustafa only started with 10 health. Coming over from the depression, he's down to 9, smashed up by the skeleton. Unless I roll for a damage reduction here, he is going to die. Well, big decision time. Do I go for it? I think in scenario 1 of 3, I have to. Well, it's a good roll. Saves 5. So he survives that and backs away. Right, the Baron's up now. He ain't happy. He'll come over here and again sprint to melee. +2 melee for the Baron. 14, 16, hit. 4 points of damage. Skeletons only have 1. Crashes into a pile of dust and bones. Well done, Jerkov. Doktorov will activate now. He'll go over to Mustafa and get the cold sponge out for next turn. And finally Plonka will come over here. End of turn. Apart from rolling on the encounter table. And a weird jackal appears. Fortunately, he's over the other side of the ruins, so nobody needs to make a terror check here. End of turn. First to activate next turn is Cherny Bint. She'll move over here and has to sprint for contact. Needs 11. Easily gets that. Crashes into that skeleton with a heavy weapon. She's got a melee of +2. 10, 12. Ooh, just a hit. 8 points of damage, goes to 9, but Skellies only have a 1 anyway. Smashed to bits. Now the Priest is up. He'll come over here and he'll try and do a miracle to get Kunt's health back up. But that's a fail. The Priest is weakened by 1 health himself. Doktorov's up now. Wet Sponge is out and old Mustafa gains 2 health. Now back to a healthy looking 7. And finally for this turn, the Baron, he's over here and he'll sprint to melee. +2. 6 becomes 8. Miss. Skeleton will strike back. +1. 15, 16 for 5 points of damage. And the Baron backs away. Now it's the monster's activation, and that skeleton's going to go straight back into the Baron. Net 0 because of fatigue. And that's a miss. Baron will strike back at +1. Also a miss. Skeleton backs away. And because they're indefatigable, only keeps the 1 fatigue token. Next skeleton closes in on Chernybit. +1. That's a miss. Chernybit will fight back, also +1 because she's fatigued. Smash. Another pile of bones. And the other skeletons will continue to close in on the unit. Meanwhile, the Weirjackal's also on the move. Back to the unit. Molotov's moving now. He'll come around here. Mustafa, having been patched up, he'll come over here. Needs to be a little bit careful. Plonker, he'll come over here and will close to melee by sprinting. He's on a +1. 9, 10. Not good enough. Miss. Skeleton will strike back. Well, that's a catastrophic 17. 7 points of damage. Plonker drops to 3 health and will back away. And final activation is Dmitry Dynadich. But he will need to sprint to get into melee, which he does. Hitting with a +2, which is 12. Ooh, just enough. And that skeleton has gone. So end of turn. What's the encounter? Well, I'm afraid for the unit, the dead are arising everywhere as a ghost appears in one of the buildings. New turn, and Plonker activates first. Now he's got 3 health, so he won't be going for a melee. He'll have to open fire, even though it's massive damage reduction. It's a +2. So that's a hit, but 5 damage reduced by 8 is obviously 0. And he'll reload. However, the priest has just activated, and he's going to do a miracle to do some healing on Plonker. Another fail. Well, Chernybit's up now, and she's mad for it. Straight into Skelly over there. +2 melee. 13, massive hit, massive damage. Skelly is pulverised. Old Doktorov is up now. He'll move there and sprint over to Plonker, and he'll try and get the sponge out again for him next round. But look out, monster's activating now. +1 to attack. 5 becomes 6. No, a miss. Plonker hits back for +1. 5 becomes 6, also a miss. Skelly backs away. Well, the only other skeleton left is this chap here, straight into old matey over there, Dynadich. +1. 11. Well, that's no good. Dynadich's defense is 13. He will strike back. +2 melee. 17, 9 damage. Dust. However, I'm afraid Dynadich gets a Weirjackal straight in his face. And he's got a +2 melee. But his jaws snap closed on empty air. Dynadich fights back. +1 melee because he's fatigued. 15 for 6 damage. But no cold iron or blessed weapon there. So it's reduced by 4. Weirjackal just takes a 2. And will back away. And also now the ghost is going to start making his way from this ruin over to the unit. Right, Molotov's up now. He's done bugger all so far. Moves straight into the Weirjackal. +2 melee, heavy weapon. 12 becomes 14, which is just a hit. 8 points of damage, increased to 9 because of the heavy weapon. Reduced by 4. So the Weirjackal crashes to 7 health, but will fight back. +1 melee because he's a bit fatigued. And again, no effect there. Molotov backs away. Well, the Baron's up now, and he's got a blessed weapon. Straight into Mr. Weirjackal. +2 melee. 19 for 9 points of damage. No damage reduction. And that's it, he's gone. Fantastic effort by Jerkov there, leading from the front. Mustafa Kunt is up now. He's over to this clue marker. He's got the 9 of spades. He's found an ancient spear with a shining bronze point. He gains a +1 melee for the rest of the campaign, and all his melee attacks count as blessed. Nice one, Mustafa. All he needs to do now is stay alive. And final activation is Dynaditch, who will go to the clue marker on the right.
She's got the jack!
Indeed. So old Dynaditch has found a supply of pitch. 2 figures in the unit will have melee attacks which will count as fire for the rest of the campaign. So I think, to be fair, it's going to be him. I was going to say Chernybimp, but I think she's already got some Orlan torches. So if Molotov can come over, then he can get that pitch as well. Right, encounter. No encounter. End of turn. Right, new turn. Chernybimp activates first, and she'll come over here, and we'll sprint over to that clue marker. Investigate it next turn. Doktorov gets the bandages out and gives 2 health back to Plonker. He's now on 5. Dynaditch is up now. He's got the ghost approaching him, but no way to fight it. It's a tactical retreat. And now Mustafa, buoyed with the excitement of getting his spear, he's straight into this skeleton. So he gets a +2 for melee. Well, check it out. Smashed him. Last skeleton has gone. Well done, Kunt. Well, it's monster activation time now, and the ghost is up. Now, because Dynaditch did the dirty on Chernybimp and a tactical retreat, the ghost will swing into the supernatural investigator. However, she is a monster expert, and once per scenario she can send the monster in a different direction. So it will continue on towards Dynaditch. I wasn't expecting that. And at the moment, that's the only monster active. Right, the Baron's activating, and again, nothing to fight the old jobber, so he's bypassing, and will sprint, which he doesn't do. Molotov will do the same. He'll come over here and sprint. He does, making his way for this clue marker. Now it's the priest, and it's avoid that ghost at all costs. Nobody can take him on at the moment. He'll come over here, and again sprint. No. A little posse going on down there. And finally Plonker's on the move. End of turn encounter. Wind gust. Next turn, when any unit member that is not inside a small building activates, it must make a courage check of 12 or be unable to take any actions due to blinding sand. Okay. Right, new turn. Dynaditch is up. He's got to try and run away from that ghost, I think. So he's going to go over there and then sprint. Ooh, just about. I'll go and join Chernybimp. Now it's the Baron. Moves in on that clue marker. Old Jerkov has discovered a map of the city. Handy. Add an additional skill die to the fate pool at the start of the next 2 scenarios. I've got to try and remember that one. Molotov's into this clue marker. However, he accidentally steps on an ancient scroll case, crushing the contents to fragments. The unit gets 1 power die to the fate pool. However, he's got to roll for a mummy's curse at the end of the scenario. And again, the priest will activate here and try another miracle to give some health back to Plonker. Well, it's all going Pete Tong for the priest in the Lost City. Withers to 7 health and no regain for Plonker. Now the unit have been quite canny here because the ghost is activating now and they're all too far away. So he'll go over there. He doesn't make it. Next to activate is Plonker. He'll come over here. Doktorov over there. Now I've just realised he's got a salt bag. Interesting. I think he'll sprint towards Plonker, which he does. So now Plonker can get the salt bag off him, and that's the only thing at the moment that the unit can engage the ghost with. Mustafa will come over here. And finally Chernybimp will have a rummage around in this ruin. It's good news from Lemmy. Chernybimp's discovered the spring. So this figure takes no actions the next time it activates as it drinks its fill. Obviously very thirsty. And also assuming the ghost doesn't jump her. The unit will not suffer any effects of thirst for the rest of the campaign. Hurrah and huzzah. Well, that's the end of turn. What about an encounter? No encounter. Again. Lucky. Right, first to activate is Plonker. So for one action, it'll get some salt off of matey here, reload with that, and fire at the ghost. It's a +2, but I'm afraid he's fumbled that shot, and he's now unloaded. But old Doktorov's up now. Well, I'll tell you what, he's got some pistols, so he's going to move and engage with the salt shot. So he's -1 because he moved, and his accuracy isn't brilliant. And that's a miss. The dork is unloaded. Molotov will move over here, and the priest is having a mare over there. But now I'm afraid it's ghost time, and he moves up to Chernybint. Now he's a bit of a nasty bastard with +3 melee. But that's a shocker from the ethereal being. Chernybint will not fight back because she's got no way of defeating the ghost, so we'll back off. Mustafa will move over to the centre here, and the Baron towards the final clue marker. If he sprints, he can have a look at it next turn, which he doesn't. Dyna Ditch over with Chernybint and the ghost. Again, can't do anything. I think he's just going to get out of the way. And will continue moving by sprinting. And Chernybint herself, she'll bypass the ghost and run away. Which she does, just about. Right, any more encounters? Zombie camel. There he is. Obviously tracked the unit from the depression area. He's ready to attack the unit from behind. End of turn. So the unit doing pretty well at the moment. Got Mr. Ghost over here. He's going to cause some problems. And of course we've got the appearance of the zombie camel. But where is the wind gust? The old duffer playing this has completely forgotten about it. Well, that'll be coming along soon. And of course, I need to remember also extreme heat with regards to sprinting. Come on, Crusty, wake up. So old Doktorov is up first. He'll need to do a courage check of 12, but his courage is +2, so needs a 10. Doesn't get it, so that's it, he's blinded by sand. Plonker. He's past that okay. I guess he'll reload and move over here. Molotov, blinded by sand. And the Baron closing in on this clue marker. No problem there. And the Baron has found a supply of salt. So in addition to old Doktorov's bag, 2 other figures can now have salt attacks for the rest of the campaign. Monster's turn. The ghost will turn around and Dyna Ditch is just in range. So it's a +3 melee from the undead. 9, 12. Whoa, Dyna Ditch's defence is 13. Survives that and backs off. But look out, zombie camel's on the trot. He's not close enough yet. Now it's the priest. Can he see through the sand? Well, with a courage of +5, he certainly can. I think he's going to move over here and will attempt to bless Dyna Ditch's weapon. Not doing so well on the miracles at the moment. Needs a 10. Gets it. So Dyna Ditch's sword is now blessed. And he's activating now, but he's blinded by the sand and can't move. Doesn't know who is coming from where. Chernybint's up now. She will go over to the Baron and try and get some salt. Sprint. Yep. So she'll have some salt now for the rest of the campaign. And final activation is Mustafa, who is also okay. Through the sand he can see the zombie camel. He's got this spear which is blessed. So away he goes. Can he sprint into melee? No problem there. +2 melee. Well, that's 8, 10. No good, I'm afraid. Zombie camel strike back. He'll get his teeth and hooves out. +2 melee. 16, 18 for 7 points of damage. That's Mustafa down. Now we have got an extra power die, so I am going to play that. Damage reduction of 2. Well, he's not quite dead yet. Again, and will limp away on 2 health. That's the end of turn. Fortunately, the wind gust has now passed through. Hurrah and huzzah. Any other encounters? No. Lucky again. Again, first to activate this turn is Doktorov. It's a reload. He'll pivot. He's got salt in his pistol and will fire at the ghost. Net 0. 16. That's a hit. Ghost defense is actually only 12, interestingly, and it's 7 points of damage. And the Dok's unloaded. Molotov over here. I guess he'll move over to where the fighting is. Can't do anything much at the moment. Right, the Baron activates. He'll move over here. And now with his pistol and salt shot just in range and will fire at the ghost. Net 0 because he moved. 13. Just a hit. 9 damage. Ghost is gone. And the Baron's unloaded. Now it's Dynaditch. He'll swivel around. He can see the camel approaching now. That wind's gone. Moves to attack. He's got his blessed weapon. +2 melee. 10, 12. Zombie camel's defense is 12. 8 damage. Camel will strike back. It's a nasty 16. +2, 18. Obviously a hit. 8 damage. Dynaditch's health drops to 4 and he backs away. And of course the old zombie camel is up now. Straight into Mustafa. +1 melee. 18, 10 points of damage. And I'm sorry, Kunt, you've had it. I'm not going to waste another die on you. He dies. Dear oh dear. Journey bin activates. Moves over here. Now it's Plonker. Moves over there. But he can't get a clear shot at the camel because Dynaditch is in the way. And finally the priest. Well, I guess he'll move over there and have a go at the camel. Firing with his pistol, no special ammunition, net 0 because he did move. Unsurprisingly, a miss, and he's unloaded. End of turn encounter. It's another zombie camel. And this one pops up over here, behind the priest and Molotov. End of turn. Skeletons have been decapitated, ghost has been seen off, just the 2 zombie camels to get rid of now. All clue markers discovered and investigated. So once they get rid of these zombies, they're okay to go over the spring, take their fill, bed down for the night and get rejuvenated. Righty ho, it's gang up time on the zombies. Journey Bint moves in. Now she does have a heavy weapon and I think she'll sprint to melee. Easily done. She's on a +2. 12, 14. Zombie camel's defense is only 12, so that's a hit. 7 points of damage, becomes 8 because of the heavy weapon, and that is it. Zombie is a goner. Plonker's up now. He'll sidle over here. Open fire on the camel, +1 because he moved. 19, hit, 8 points of damage. Reduced by 4, but he's down to 8 health now. Well, it's Starship Trooper time now. There's only one zombie camel left and they're all ganging up on him. The priest is up now. He'll reload. Turn. And open fire. Now he'll get a -1 because old matey's behind the ruins. 14 becomes 13. Hit, 7 damage. Reduced by 4, so that's another 3. Zombie camel's on 5 and reeling. But he's activating now. Charges into Molotov and Plonker, but he doesn't quite get there. And I tell you what, Molotov's up now. He's going straight in for the kill. +2 melee, heavy weapon. 13, 4 becomes 5 damage. And that's him gone. Well, there we go. The Serebryanyy Shtyk have cleared the area, secured the spring, and got rid of all the nasties. Unfortunately, they lost Mustafa Kunt, but he was always an add-on anyway. They will now bed down for the night before resuming their journey into the Lost City. One final thing, old Molotov needs to roll for the Mummy's Curse, and it's his second time, so it's a -1 on this roll. Needs a 10. And he's okay there. and will sleep soundly tonight.